The distant city of Aurora was famous for two things: its endless rain and its stubborn people. On the edge of this city lived Mason Riley, a 28-year-old mechanic who could fix anything except his own broken heart. Aurora's streets filled with panicked shouts as a fleet of needle-shaped alien ships descended. A voice not quite human echoed through every device. "Surrender. The harvest begins now." Without thinking, Mason hurled his wrench, jamming the drone's sensor and sending it spiraling into a trash compactor. In that moment, Mason's world changed. The people around him weren't just neighbors, they were his responsibility. After losing his sister in a mining accident, Mason shut himself off from the world, bearing pain beneath engine grease and the constant hum of machines. The day the sky turned to emerald and the rain stopped, Mason was underneath a hover truck, cursing at a jammed fuel cell. The ground trembled. Sirens blared. People ran. Police lost control. In minutes, drones swept through the city, scanning for resistance, vaporizing anyone who fought back. They built EMP traps from microwaves, jury-rigged slingshots, and even managed to hijack a small alien hoverbike. They unleashed hunter drones that tracked heat and sound, making it dangerous to move or even speak. Isabel hacked the drone's pathfinding algorithms, luring one into Sue's scrapyard. With teamwork and raw courage, they disabled the drone and captured its insectoid pilot. The alien struggled, clicking and hissing, but when Mason spoke, it hesitated. There was fear in its many eyes. When Lena's safe house was hit, Mason blamed himself, sinking into old self-doubt. But Ezra reminded him, "If you give up, we're already lost. You said Aurora stands. So stand." But Mason, used to chaos, simply moved, grabbing a wrench, loading a battered toolkit, and sealing the garage doors. They cut off food, unleashed terror machines, and began forcibly conscripting civilians for labor in the mines. Mason's team orchestrated daring raids, stealing supplies and sabotaging mining equipment. "You're not alone, Mason. You never were. Aurora needs you. Ezra needs you. We all do." Hundreds answered his call, risking everything to save their own. Using the alien pilot's knowledge, they infiltrated the main mining complex. The rescue was a brutal, close-quarters fight: pipes, wrenches, and improvised weapons against plasma rifles. He saw one of his few friends, teenage neighbor Ezra, frozen in the street as a drone swooped low. With Isabel's hacking and Mason's engineering, they began to turn the aliens' own technology against them, building scramblers, redirecting drones, even rigging an EMP bomb powerful enough to disable the invaders' command node. His sacrifice galvanized the city. Our technology depended on rare earth elements resources hidden beneath Aurora's mines. He didn't know if anyone was listening, but he sent a message anyway. "We're not cattle. Aurora stands. If you hear this, fight back." They deployed a siege engine, an 8-legged walker, armed with disintegration cannons right in the city center. Its arrival sent waves of panic through Aurora. He dragged Ezra to safety, and for the first time in years, Mason felt something stronger than grief: defiance. The aliens, crippled by sabotage and unable to harvest the mines, prepared to cut their losses. Aurora became a symbol not just of resistance, but of victory. Ezra and Lena rebuilt the garage into a shelter. Isabel, standing by his side, grinned at the new world they'd helped create. The tactician, beaten and humiliated, ordered a retreat, destroying their records to hide the evidence of defeat. The alien tactician, desperate and furious, unleashed a bioweapon designed to break human will. A pulse that induced nightmares, hallucinations, and despair. As alien soldiers swept the city, Mason rigged old radios to jam their signals. At the critical moment, Ezra, now a fearless fighter, triggered the detonators. The bridge collapsed, burying the walker in rubble and cutting off the alien command net. But the people of Aurora had learned from him. They formed small groups, supported each other, and refused to let fear win. Citizens fought not just for freedom, but for survival. No matter what they throw at us, we are Aurora, and we will not break. Mason's network grew, each day bringing new faces: shopkeepers, students, off-duty cops, united by a single goal: reclaim their home. In a dark command center above Earth, an alien tactician noted the anomaly. Aurora's resistance is rising. Quarantine the city. Ezra, grateful and eager, helped him convert the garage into a command center. They recruited others. Lena, a nurse with nerves of steel. Old Man Chu, whose scrapyard was full of useful junk. And Isabel, a former hacker with a grudge against authority. But when Ezra was captured during a supply run, Mason's old grief threatened to consume him. The game had begun. In the first hours of occupation, Mason became the heart of a growing rebellion. Aurora's power grid was crippled, but Mason's team restored pockets of electricity, lighting up houses in the night, a sign that hope still lived. But the aliens adapted fast. Their next plan was bold. Capture a live alien to learn their weaknesses. Through gestures and Isabel's translation software, they learned a shocking truth. The aliens needed human cooperation. The city wasn't just a target, it was the prize. Mason's next message echoed across the city. They need us. That means we can win. The resistance prepared for war. Aurora became a battlefield. The aliens tightened their grip. In the chaos, Mason and Isabel grew close. She saw through his walls, reminding him of the man he used to be, a leader, not just a mechanic. Almost gave up until Lena slapped him, tears in her eyes. That night, Mason rallied the city. Ezra was freed, but not without loss. Old Man Chu, the scrapyard legend, fell holding a barricade, buying time for the others to escape. Above the city, the alien tactician watched in frustration. The humans. They mourn, yet they fight harder. Their spirit is a variable we cannot control. Mason, standing among survivors, made a promise. No one else dies alone. Aurora will be free. The resistance learned from every battle. The aliens responded with overwhelming force. Mason refused to flee. He led a team beneath the city's old subway tunnels, planting explosives and luring the walker onto a weakened bridge. The city erupted in cheers, but victory was fleeting. Mason struggled to hold the city together. In a final act of courage, Isabel hacked the alien mainframe, broadcasting Mason's voice citywide. Remember who you are. Remember what we've done. The city rallied, breaking the pulse's hold. The dawn, after the longest night, saw Aurora battered, but unbowed. But Mason was one step ahead. Isabel copied the aliens' data, sending proof of the invasion to the world's surviving networks. Mason walked the streets, not as a lone mechanic, but as a leader surrounded by friends. When the last alien ship vanished into the stormy sky, the people of Aurora cheered not just for their freedom, but for each other. From that day, whenever anyone asked what happened in Aurora, the answer was always the same. We remembered we weren't alone, and that made us unstoppable. The legend of Mason Riley, the mechanic who refused to surrender, spread across the stars, a beacon to all who dared to hope.